So here we have the new 2025 Genesis GV80 Coupe. This one is the e-Supercharged model. You get all-wheel drive. It's a mild hybrid system. So you get a 3.5 liter twin turbo V6 with a 48 volt, they call it an e-Supercharger, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. And this one comes in bearing blue, and then you have the mono black with gray Napa leather interior. To the front end here, pretty much looks like a typical GV80, but I love this bearing blue. LED headlamps, LED daytime running lights, nice big bold grille here. And then down here, these are gonna be 22-inch alloy wheels. They look fantastic. We get passive keyless entry on all 4 doors. I'm gonna turn the hazards on here so y'all can see these lights I go around. But nice Bang & Olufsen sound system, memory seat function there. You get one-touch up and down windows on all 4 doors, electronic child lock and rear window locks, power door lock controls, power folding side mirrors that have blind spot monitors in them. But I mean, just a beautiful specimen here. We have the electronic parking brake, power liftgate controls, downhill brake control, etc. Power tilt telescoping steering wheel. Let's see what these pedals look like underneath. So those look good. Hood release there. And then here's the power driver's seat with 4-way power lumbar support. We get the ergo seats as well, so we can get that going there. Power thigh support. But a lovely interior here. Now I want to give a huge shout out to Genesis of Cool Springs for allowing me to review this GV80 Coupe today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But if you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click on that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. Now I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs, so we're gonna see how the space is sitting behind myself in the second row. So decent space here. I do like that we have a power seat in the back, so we can adjust that, the seat back. It's really adjustable, actually. I'm pretty surprised. Now down here, rear AC controls. We get 3-stage heated cooled seats in the back as well as the front, which is just crazy. 2 USB-C charge ports, 3-prong household plug-in there. And then of course we can adjust the seat from the back too. But just look at that front there. I mean, just a beautiful looking vehicle inside and out. We have an oversized sunroof here. That's what it looks like when the sunshade is all the way up. And this is the middle seat. Little storage tray in here, bottle holders. And we can fold all that up. And I just love this Napa leather. It feels nice. You have that suede microfiber headliner. Just a great, great vehicle. In terms of the luxury amenities, fuel cap there. Premium's recommended for full power output, but it's not required, which is good. And then as we come around to the back end, LED tail lamps. And this is where it really shows its girth here in terms of just having that slope back roof line, excuse me. And just having that kind of hatch feel. It looks so nice. Now to open this up, I'm gonna hit this button right here. And there's still tons of space behind the second row. We have the top tethers, which you can attach your car seat to those there. And then a little storage underneath this here. But you can also fold that seat flat from back here. There's a 12 volt there. Now as we come around to the rear passenger side, to fold this back up, just hold that button there. You don't even have to hold it, actually. It's just one push, it goes back and forth. But there are the controls again for the seat, so I can move the seat forward, back, and then the seat back itself forward and back too. So that's really nice. Front passenger seat here, we get 4-way power lumbar support, the power seat controls and all that. And then lockable glove compartment here. We have owner's manuals as well. But there's kind of a look at what the turn signals look like. As we come back around to the front end, just a quick look in the engine bay. And again, 3.5 liter twin turbocharged V6. But next, let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So hazards are there. Nice leather wrap steering wheel. There's the horn sound there. Over here to the screen, we have the navigation system there. And then phone projection, AM, FM, XM radio, Bluetooth audio. Of course, with the phone projection, you get that Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, mood curator. If you want to use a lot of these features that you don't really find in any other vehicle, you're able to do that. So yeah, it's just a lot of crazy stuff in this screen. Dual zone automatic climate control, so you can control that from the screen here, or you have soft touch buttons and knobs down here below, so we can decide where we want the airflow to go. You get 2-stage heated steering wheel, heated cooled seats. Again, 3 stages, as is the back. We can control the rear here. And then you have the cabin air fragrance you can use there. But shortcuts for everything, pretty self-explanatory. But absolutely love all the features that you get here. So we have our general settings, the Wi-Fi, all of that. Your language can be changed right here. Units of measurement can be changed right there. There's your backup camera, great picture. Guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel, and then you have that top-down view. And then your front camera is there. USB-C, 2 of those ports there. One of them you can actually use to run the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. The other one's just for charging. You do get a wireless charging pad here as well, 12 volt. And you can stow all of that there for a cleaner look. And then over here we can use this knob, like in most of the luxury brands, to scroll through the screen and whatnot. Then we have a shortcut for the menu, home, back button, all that. Fingerprint sensor if you want to use that. And then for the shifter, turn the knob. It's like a rotary, so drive, neutral, reverse, press P for park, and then we have the auto hold right there for the brakes. Bottle holders are there. Love having the ambient lighting, as you can see, in the cup holders. And then you have the center differential lock there, parking sensors, camera toggle, auto stop toggle there, and then your drive modes can be adjusted here. And you get quite a few: Eco, Comfort, Sport, Sport Plus, the My mode, and then the Snow mode there. And then here we have the center console cubby space. We can lift this tray out if we so choose, and you have a deeper pocket. Looks like there's a light down there too, which is nice. I like this kind of felt feel here. Feels really nice. But there's the roof, and I actually like that it's tinted. That was a nice touch there. Even with the sunshade back, you can still kind of let some light in without being blinded necessarily. But one touch, open and close, love that feature. And there's a look at the back seat from up here. Sunroof controls. All of your light controls are there. You get a sunglasses holder here, which is nice. And then universal garage door transmitter there. A rear camera mirror here. And there is the vanity mirror for the front. But back to the steering wheel. Left side, stalk, get the blinkers, of course. As you use those, you get those side view blind spot cameras there. Now when you're in auto, you can adjust those auto high beams, and when you have the regular low beams on, you can just get the low beams or the high beams by pushing there or holding there. Now we have automatic wipers here, so one time off, auto, low, high. We can adjust that auto sensitivity here. Pull up here for the front wiper fluid. Paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. Smart cruise there. We can adjust speed, pause, resume, gap adjust for that, and then the lane centering assistant there. And then we can set up this custom button. And then we can also use this to go through our settings here. I should say the menus in the middle. Now I like that you can actually kind of press this and change what's shown there. Pretty neat. And then over here we have favorite button, voice recognition, and this kind of soft touch and an OK button, so we can use this to scroll through up and down, all of that when applicable. Volume, mute, and then we have a little audio source button here. Bluetooth button here, excuse me. If you look closely, heads up display. Push button start. Finally, here is the key fob. And then we have remote start, and then we have the parking feature. We can pull the vehicle straight out or back to get in parking spots. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2025 GV80 Coupe with the e-Supercharger out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this GV80 Coupe here, feels like a typical GV80, but I like the little things. The steering wheel feels more sporty, just the layout, everything they've done with this feels like a coupe variant. I don't feel like I'm in necessarily a GV80, except with just how nice it drives. It still feels as smooth as a GV80, but my actual feeling from the cockpit is something totally different. And the engine just pulls fantastically. Even in the eco mode, I feel like I have tons of power without necessarily pushing my engine to the limit. Now I'm gonna dial that up a little bit to the normal mode. Or the comfort mode, excuse me. I will say it's in a weird spot where the drive mode button is, because I'm almost sitting here like, where is this button or where is this knob? So I have to remember it's over here on the side, which I actually like where it is. I just have to remember that it's there. But in the comfort mode here, just a nice power curve, still comfortable, still not necessarily thrashing me like in a sport mode. And this is where most people buying these is probably where they'll be 95% of the time, and that's why you get these, for the comfort. They look fantastic as well, but most people won't be using the full output of this engine like I will here getting on the interstate momentarily. Now I have it in Sport Plus mode. What's funny is the idle in Sport is only about 500-600 RPMs, whereas Sport Plus gets it almost to 1,000. So it's ready to go in this drive mode. Have a little bit of space, so I'm gonna get ready to make a pull here. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Now, I never recommend putting a vehicle into a mode that gets rid of the traction control, but I just wanted the full output of this thing real quick, and my gosh, it's freaking quick, man. But then what's crazy is I can put the smart cruise on and it just drives normally. gonna put in an eco now. But love that we get the full kind of driving suite here with the lane centering assist, the adaptive cruise, Hyundai, Kia, Genesis. Pretty great system for something that is not meant to be necessarily autonomous, but it just kind of helps make your drives that much more enjoyable. And road noise wasn't really noticeable. The ride quality has been phenomenal the entire trip. But I kind of get why this is so expensive, being almost $90,000, because I mean, I see people paying that money for a GLC coupe or something like that. Not nearly as nice. Close to being just as good in terms of performance, unless you get like an AMG or something like that. But I mean, I would not mind having this. It's a great vehicle overall. Now, I do want to give a huge thanks to Genesis of Cool Springs for allowing me to review and drive this vehicle today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But if you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click on that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I will make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But my final thoughts on the GV80 Coupe, I remember seeing this at the auto show and thinking, you know, that is quite a spec there. Just beautiful design in terms of the overall, just how they put this thing together. It looks good, it's still capable, it still feels like a GV80, but I mean, the thing is sharp. And when the GV80 first came out, that was sharp as it was, but just this coupe is another level. Absolutely beautiful. Love the bearing blue, love the features you get here, and honestly, for the price, I'm not tripping on it. It's not cheap, but I mean, I think it's worth the money if you can afford it. It is very nice, very nice, very quick, very capable, and honestly, fuel economy isn't that bad either. But with all that being said, this is going to bring me to the end of my review of this 2025 Genesis GV80 Coupe.